Guys, it's your pal Brady here from Monkey Edge, and I hold in my hand a collaboration from two giants, well, literally giants in the industry, Brian Fellhoelter and Jim Burke. This was a true collaboration. Jim had actually spent some time out at Brian's shop out in Arizona, and then in turn, Brian went out to the south to hang out with Jim and his shop. And the result is the FATF, or FATF as I'm going to call it. There are probably different permutations thereof. You can ask Brian or Jim what it stands for, and if they feel like telling you, they will. I was real excited to hear this project coming together. And of course, you know, when Brian calls and says, like, hey, dude, do you guys want some of the collabs with your Monkey Edge FRAG Pattern inlaid? We said, yeah, does a bear shit in the woods, right? So this here is the FATF, and you can see some elements of both Jim's and Brian's knives in here. And it ends up being, you know, a real medium-ish, you know, medium to largest size folder. Feels great in the hand. The handle ergos, you know, with this subtle, almost pommel down here, if I could talk. Feels great in the hand. The blade profile, anybody that listens to, you know, my bullshit knows that I love Wharncliffes. A lot of guys don't. Admittedly, the totally straight bottom belly does have its limitations in certain applications, right? But the Fat F kind of has a modified Wharncliffe. You still have a belly here, you know, for more traditional knife-like chores. But yet, kind of the best of both worlds of a, you know, of a traditional drop point or spear pointy type thing, and the Wharncliffe. And all the Fat Fs feature a full titanium frame lock, and Brian and Jim are awesome. I'm super stoked that we have these, but I think they hate me secretly because all the ones that we got were all different, but that's because they're custom knives, right, guys? So at any rate here, you can see some of the differences is, you know, they were, some of them were done with Jim's clip, which has the dagger outline here, and some were done with the deep carry clip here. And although that says deep carry, you know, if you kind of look at where the crook of this clip is here, you know, you're looking at above my finger, you know, that much sticking out of your pocket. With the quote-unquote regular clip, if you look where that crook is and where my finger would, you know, you're looking at that much sticking out of your pocket. So not a ton of difference. Some guys don't like the really deep carry because they make them a little harder to get out of your pockets. Some guys like them because the deep carry because it makes it a little bit more discreet. Nonetheless, all hand ground, different blade configurations, different finishes. This one here just so happens to be tumbled bevels with brushed flats. On a double hollow ground blade. This guy here happens to be chisel grind, so no grinds there, with a crazy sharp hollow grind here, and then a cool upper swedge grind, unsharpened of course, with this extra little kink here. And so we kind of almost have like a modified Tonto-y Wharncliffe there on this particular one. They all are PSF 27 stainless steel, which is a newer material that, and I don't play knife maker even on television, is very similar. It's like a very high-tech D2, so it retains a lot of the stuff that knife makers have loved for D2 for a long time, but updates it for the modern era with the peak spray forming technology, which is supposed to increase its toughness, and it's supposed to be, you know, the guys that know more than I do say it's really clean and nice to grind too. Of course, we got titanium with perfectly inlaid G10 in the Monkey Edge FRAG pattern. There was OD green, orange, and black, and then a couple of a more toxic or neon type green. I don't have one of those here for you to take a look at. And of course, they're marked with the mighty MEFP, Monkey Edge FRAG Pattern mark, so you know it's the real deal, yo. They all come with a dog tag with the Fellhoelter and Burke logos and the knife specs. So it's just about the right size in the hand. Like I said, I love this pommel here. Really locks into the hand for use. I've been carrying one around the shop here for the past couple weeks. You got some chisel grinds for you guys that are fans of those, double grinds for you guys that are open back configuration with standoffs. And let's just quickly show how it stacks up to some of the stuff that I'm sure you guys all have in your collection. Here is a filthy and beat up and abused S&G, but this will kind of give you the idea here. We'll just make a little line up. So very similar in size to the S&G, and due to the S&G's double choil design, if you actually look blade length to blade length, they're damn near identical. And of course the Sebenza, the production knife that kind of started it all, in the first frame lock. A little bit longer, and this is a large Sebenza, in case you guys were wondering. And of course the tried and true XM18, everybody's got at least one, right? So it's right in that size envelope with, the quote unquote, and I'm not leaving anybody out, specifically. These aren't the only knives in the world, of course. I don't know why I feel it necessary to spell that out, but these are the, odds are if you're into knives and if you're looking at a custom knife like this, you probably have one of these 3 knives in your collection at some point. So I'm just going to go ahead and make that assumption just to give you that size reference. So that's enough of that. So, hey, shout out to Jim, shout out to Brian. Hey, thanks guys for hooking us up. And when Brian, when Brian called and said, hey, they were willing to do something, we were super stoked and honored to have it. It's I always say it is life does not suck, right? We get to do stuff we love and get to do business with guys that are cool and awesome to share a drink with, and so it beats digging a ditch, so they say. So once again, that's the FATF or FATF from Mr. Jim Burke and Brian Fellhoelter in the exclusive Monkey Edge FRAG Pattern, because if it ain't MEFP, it's just squares, from Monkey Edge. So there's a couple of these left on the site right now as we're filming this. Then that'll be it. And I'm sure the 2 big guys will have some new cool stuff coming soon. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll talk to you next time.